This video is about rational expressions, addition and subtraction. Case 1 deals with the situation when the denominators are the same. Here are the steps to deal with case 1. Step number 1, use the formulas a over c plus b over c equal a plus b over c. That's for addition. For subtraction, similarly, a over c minus b over c equal a minus b over c. These formulas basically tell you that you should keep the common denominator and you should add or subtract accordingly. Okay, that's step 1. Step number 2, simplify. Once you do this, you simplify. Okay, and you make sure that your final answer is presented in simplified form. For that, we're going to use factorization. You will see it through the next example. Okay, so let's consider this example. Suppose they ask you to add these two rational expressions. Okay, let's follow the steps. Step 1 says use any of these two formulas. Clearly, we have to use the first formula. We're dealing with addition. Denominators are the same. So basically, this tells you, okay, keep common denominator as it is, x squared minus 25, and add the numerators. So 2x plus 10. Good. So now, next step, simplify. To simplify, first factor. So you're going to factor here. Numerator factors as 2 out. 2 is the greatest common factor of 2 and 10. Parentheses. 2x divided by 2 is just x plus plus. 10 divided by 2 is just 5. Okay, so that's the numerator. This guy, right? Now, what about the denominator? This denominator, x squared minus 25, can be written as x squared minus 5 squared. Remember, 5 squared is same as 25. And this allows me to factor the denominator via difference of squares. Denominator factors as difference of the bases, x minus 5, times sum of the bases, x plus 5. Okay, now finally, here we're going to cancel common factors. So cancel common factors. You see that x plus 5 appears on the top, on the bottom, right? So we cancel this guy. And we are left with 2 over x minus 5. After the cancellation, there is nothing else we can do to simplify, so this is the final answer. Okay, good. Let's move to the next situation now. Let's try to generalize this. Let's see what we should do when denominators are not the same. So rational expressions again, addition and subtraction. Case 2, denominators are not the same. Here are the steps. Step 1, find the LCD, this common denominator. Step 2, between quotations, make denominators equal to LCD. I will tell you how you will do this, okay? Step 3, follow case 1. Once denominators are the same, then we are back in case 1, so we know what to do, right? Okay, so let's consider this example 1. Suppose they say add 3 over x plus 2 plus 5 over x plus 3. We're going to follow the steps, okay? So step 1. Step 1 says find the LCD. this common denominator. What is the LCD for x plus 2 and x plus 3? Since these two factors are not related by any common factor or any common divisor, the LCD is just the multiplication, right? X plus 2 times x plus 3. Good. Alright, now step number 2. Make denominators, these guys, equal to LCD. So for that, I'm going to rewrite this 3 over x plus 2, give some space, and then plus 5 over x plus 3 here. Okay, so we must multiply the denominators and the numerators by some factors such that the denominator will become the LCD. So I want this to be the LCD, so clearly I must multiply denominator and numerator by the factor that is missing here, the x plus 3, right? Now this x plus 3 also can easily be seen as the other denominator, right? You see, x plus 3 here. So denominator times x plus 3, numerator times x plus 3. For this guy, what's the multiplier here? Well, I want this to be the LCD. The factor that is missing for this to become the LCD is clearly x plus 2, right? So times x plus 2 times x plus 2. Now for you to identify this easily, notice this guy is just the denominator of the first fraction, right? X plus 2. Okay, that is step 2, make denominators equal to LCD. Step 3, follow case 1. Once denominators are equal to the LCD, then we follow case 1, which is, okay, big line here, common denominator here equal to the LCD, right? X plus 2 times x plus 3. Now on the top, what do we have? We have 3 times x plus 3 plus 5 times x plus 2. I'm just writing this out. I'm going to multiply next. Now, comment here, it is very tempting to think that we can cancel these two guys, right? Never do that, because that works when this guy in the middle is multiplication. This guy is addition, so we can't cancel these two, we cannot cancel these two. Instead, work this whole thing out. Work this out. This will take you to the right answer. So how you work this out? Use distributive property. 3 times x, 3x, plus 3 times 3, 9, plus 5 times x, 5x, plus 5 times 2, 10. Okay, that's what we got on the numerator. Denominator, keep it in factor form. Remember, mathematicians, for denominators, they like factor form, so keep it in factor form. I now simply combine like terms here on the numerator to get your final answer. 3x plus 5x, like terms, 8x. 9 plus 10, 19, over x plus 2 times x plus 3. Denominator stays in factor form. So then there is nothing else to do to simplify this. So means that this is our final answer. Okay. Let's move on. Let's go ahead with another example. So this time let's do subtraction. Suppose they ask you to subtract 4 over x minus 5 over x times x minus 3. Let's follow again the steps. Denominators are not the same, so we gotta follow the 3 steps. Step number 1, find the LCD of the denominators. Here, notice one factor is x, which is repeated here, x, and the other factor is x minus 3. Remember that LCD is the multiplication of all different factors. So x is one of the factors, must be multiplied by the other factor, x minus 3, right? Multiplication of all different factors. X is repeated, you don't have to multiply x times x, just write x once. So x times x minus 3 is the LCD. Okay, step number 2, we want the denominators to be equal to the LCD. So I'm going to use multipliers. So for x, I want this guy to become the LCD. Clearly, the multiplier should be this guy, x minus 3, right? Because with x minus 3, this becomes the LCD, right? So x minus 3 here. Now, on the second fraction, I have the denominator equal to the LCD already, right? So I don't need to use multipliers here. So now this should be equal to 4 times x minus 3, the top minus 5, on the bottom, common denominator equal to the LCD, x minus 3. This is a step 3, right? Follow basically case 1. Okay, so working this out, we're gonna get 4x minus 12 minus 5 over x times x minus 3. Remember, the denominator stays the same in factor form. Now just simplify this guy. 4x minus 12 minus 5 is minus 17 over x times x minus 3. At this point, there is nothing else we can do to simplify, right? So it means that this is the final answer.